Okay, good morning, all of you. We can start in 2 minutes, huh? Okay, so let me share my screen. So let's go to the main instance. Okay. So today I'm going to discuss volumes and the config and secrets also. Okay. And the stateful set also. So already we know, right? What is stateful set? It will maintain the state. So whatever pod it is going to be delete. So it will create on the same name. Okay. Okay. ls. So for example, stateful set ls. Okay. kubectl delete -f. Oh, my screen is sharing. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to viss.ml. Yeah. Stateful set, right? So in the place of deployment, we can give just stateful set only. So if you can give stateful set, so this is MySQL, right? So if you observe here, there is no config map and secrets here. I'm directly hard coded. My password is password. Okay, my password is directly password only. Directly hard coded. Instead of doing that, we can do what? We can write a secrets.ml, secret reference, and the which key you have given in the password, I should pass that key here. That's it only. It will take from there. Anyway, just leave it for config and secrets for this. Your focus is on stateful set, right? So the three replicas and labels of the stateful set, just we can give same like a deployment.ml. There is no any difference here. So container name is MySQL. You can give any name. This is the image. And port target port 3306. Definitely service also we need to create 3306 in the target port. So any pod, I mean MySQL means definitely there will be a username and password, right? The database. Here there is no username. Username means definitely it is a default username, that is a root or admin. But definitely we should define password. For that only I have given password environment variables. So if it is Nginx, not required for this username and password. Nginx is not a database. It's a stateless application. No need to define any username and password for that. But this is database AML, right? So in RDS, while you're creating RDS time also, we have already defined username and password. You remember or not? I don't know. So the same thing here also, we need to define your pod username and password, but I'm not defining anything means it will take the default username. Okay, but password, I'm giving here password. And if you require, you can add one more environmental variable. You can give name equal to root user. You can give value equal to username also, no problem. It will take that username only. Okay, so let me run this. kubectl. So if you can see here, container is creating. Okay, still container is creating. But one more container is creating, MySQL 1 also, after 0, if you observe or not. See here. Next, second one is creating. This is one by one process. Stateful set is not like a one-time process. We don't know which one is master, which one is read replica. So for that, one by one process, it will go. So 2 also creating. MySQL 0, MySQL 1, MySQL 2 is created now. The reason, my end replicas are 3. Replicas are 3. The database pod, we need to understand here, it is a stateful set. But my replicas are 3, that's what stateful set. If my replica is only 1, go with deployment. There is no confusion here, only one pod. Okay. So guys, kubectl get pods. I can see in my in my stateful set, 3 pods are running MySQL 0, MySQL 1, MySQL 2. For example, kubectl delete pod MySQL 0. I'm going to delete a pod MySQL 0 now. Deleted, right? Now kubectl get pods. Now again 0 is running. The same name it is coming. This is state maintaining. This is called stateful set. So stateless, we are not storing any data. Nginx, Python image, whatever, Node.js image. We are not storing any data in that, right? In that case, whatever name it is, inside application will come. How application will come inside? Form of image, right? For example, Node.js application. Okay. Inside image will be there, right? So if it is a delete means same application will come. Why? We have given the same image for that AML file. But here the also same MySQL will come. But here some confusion will be there. Why? In the Nginx, in the application images or web server images, there is no confusion. Instead, only code will be there. The code will come along with the image only. There is no data stored. Which image I need to take? Again, there is no confusion here. If you give the 3 replicas, one image, from the one image, 3 pods will be created. Each pod, same data will be there. The data in the sense, inside code will be there. Application will be there. But here there is a difference. In RDS, what we discussed, we should not host RDS into auto-scaling group, right? The reason we don't know which one master, which one read. Your load balancer may send traffic to master or read. To avoid that confusion, definitely the master and read replica concept we have implemented. Ensure there is no we are not hosting any auto-scaling or load balancer path of your DB instances. That we are very clear, right? Same here also. Replica means what? It will create any one of the pod and it will send any one of the pod. If I give the service access for this pod now, my service will send traffic any one of the pod, right? The reason inside stateless, any application it will go, no problem. But here is not like that. My service should send a traffic to MySQL 0 only. If it is a write operations. If it is read operations, my service should send traffic to MySQL 1 or 2 only, not 0. In that case, if 0 will be deleted, again 0 will be created. Understand? Master will be deleted, master will be created. Read replica will be deleted, only read replica will be created. See here. Deleted MySQL 1, right? 3 seconds. Only MySQL 1 is creating now. I mean, in your application, redirecting traffic to database, right? There is no confusion. That application will send traffic to read operations to always MySQL 1. Whether it is delete, it will create in the same name. No problem. Clear? This is stateful set. If I give deployment, it will get different names. It will delete, again, it will create different names. So stateful set always give the same name. Even if you delete any pod, it will create same pod, same name. Yeah, I think you join now. Huh? Okay, Aditya. See, what is the stateful set or deployment? Here, two differences, guys. Deployment is nothing but, let's go any one of the deployment here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. If you can go for service or workloads, deployment.yaml, copy this one. VA deploy.yaml. Paste here. Okay. kubectl apply -f deploy.yaml. Okay. Now kubectl get pods. So just you leave it for MySQL and web. You just concentrate on this part only now. 6 seconds part. So guys, I have created 3 pods. Those are running. So I have created through deployment.yaml, right? Inside vi deploy, if you can go. My kind is what? Deployment. My kind is deployment. Okay. So in this case, if I create any pods, it will create a first on the random name. There is no 0, 1, 2 series on the deployment.yaml. The random name means kubectl delete pod. If I delete any one of the pod from here, will it get same name? See here. Again, kubectl get pods. Yeah, different name. Nginx deployment 86 DCFD F4 something. I have deleted what? See, XQMTV, the last extension here, 2GHZ2. I have deleted. Created is a different name. This is deployment default action. So kubectl delete -f deploy. Okay. But if it is in the stateful set, the all pods start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that it will create for the stateful set. So vi vi. So if you can see, kind is stateful set. My name is MySQL. Stateful set replicas will count from MySQL 0. MySQL 1, MySQL 2, like that it will come. It is not like different pattern like Nginx. Which pod it is deleted, same pod it will created on the same name. Okay, clear till here? For example, here kubectl delete delete pod MySQL 2. Again, it will create MySQL 2. Kubectl get pod MySQL 2 is creating only, not MySQL 1, MySQL 0. It will not give any other priority. 2 will be deleted, again 2 will be created. 1 will be deleted, again 1 will be created. This is stateful set. Stateful set means maintaining state of the pod, which name and all. Okay. Is that clear? What is stateful set now? Okay. And a very important point is the volumes concept is a mandatory for stateful set. I will tell you. The stateful set concept, the reason, guys, you tell me now 0, 1, 2 are running. Okay. Now you tell me. So stateful set is clear, right? Yeah. So if I insert some data, where it is going to be stored? Which hard disk? DB. The data is going to be loaded into DB, right? But here, is there any DB? This is pod. So we have to create volumes. That volume, your data is going to be stored. Is that clear? Without volume, you cannot create any DB pod. The reason, if you want to store any data, definitely volume should be required for your pod. Your pod can store the volumes in the data in the form of volumes. Okay. But Nginx and different stateless applications not required volumes. It's not a mandatory. It will create without volume also. We have already seen, right? Without volumes, we have created so many pods till now. It's not required. But here, volumes are mandatory for DB pods. The reason, DB load the data. To load the data, we have to give some storage, allocate some storage to store the data, right? That storage is called volumes. Okay. So stateful sets, volumes are mandatory. Stateful sets means DB applications. You can go DB even deploy.yaml also. In that case, replica should be only one. Understand? My same stateful set, instead of stateful set, I can deploy by using deployment also. The reason, there is no master read replica concepts. If you go for only one replica, if you go for 3 replicas, only master read concept will come, right? In your RDS, you can create only one RDS. Okay. If you're not wish to go with read replica concept in the RDS, you are not going to create any read replicas. In that case, you are only one master. The master can accept read, master can accept write also, no problem. The reason why read replicas are required, read operations fast, we can give the access for different regions, across regions also. Your master may run in Mumbai. You can give the access for US also by creating read replica, right? In US, different regions we can create read replicas, right? In that time we have seen already. But your master there in Mumbai, so US request no need to come Mumbai, read operations. It will access nearby any region you have created in the form of read replica. For example, there is no read replica. Still you can work, right? Still you can work. But no read replica concept means only one master. That is a master only, right? So here also, I don't want to go with 1 and 2. Only MySQL 0 is fine, my end. In that case, what you need to do? Create only one replica. That is deployment also no problem. The reason, there is no confusion in the 1 and 2. The deployment always only one means that is a master, that is a read. Only one pod can accept read operations, write operations. But here replicas 3 means we need to define which one is a master, which one is the read, which one is the read. Clear the concept? Any confusions? Yeah. Mm, mm, mm. You know, we don't say anything. If master may down means we have to create one more deployment. That's it. The reason we haven't given any replicas, right? Yeah. If master down means in RDS, for example, just leave it Kubernetes concept. In RDS, you haven't created any read replicas. Master down means what you can do. No need to do anything. Create one more master only. Same here also same thing, right? Yeah. But deployment pod name change. But deployment pod name changes, right, sir? If the pod get deleted. Yes, this is the valid point. For this point only, we have a headless service concept. I will discuss. Okay. Yeah. Till here clear? Okay. So now we can jump onto the volumes concept. That is very, very important. Docker volumes. We already discussed, right? What is Docker volume? Hmm? Yeah. Docker volume, the container, it's not a persistence by default nature. If container will be deleted, the related volume also will be deleted. That we know, right? Even in stateless applications means not DB application, not DB related, non-DB. Non-DB, the volumes are not at all mandatory. The reason, the non-DB applications, we are not storing any data, right? For example, let's go here directly. Are we going to store any data here in Nginx? This is not a database, right? Just this is front end or back end, only redirective request only. Here not storing any data. But finally data should be stored in where? In DB only. Understand? So that case here, this case not required for volumes. But DB, something it store inside the database. To store the data, we have to provide some space. That space we can give in the form of volumes. Is that clear, everyone? Okay. Let's come now. This is little difficult topic, guys. Try to understand. Volumes. So volumes are mandatory. Mandatory for DB. DB related applications. So by default, pods are not persistence. Persistence means temporary volume only, not persistence. So to provide, we have to create volumes additionally. Okay. So volumes again, two types, guys. Static related, static path, static provision, and dynamic provision. Static provision, dynamic provision. So static provision is nothing but, guys, for example, you are going to create a one deployment or stateful set. You need a volume, right? So the volume already will create before on any host. We are give the mount path on the volume by using deployment.ml or stateful set.ml. In that case, volume already ready first. So we have to static path is nothing but we have to create volume first. Volume provision first. If your volume provision is clear, after create the deployment will take the mount on that volume, created volume. This is static. Why static? When I say before volume already created, right? If you use the deployment or not, the volume already created before. Dynamic means we are give the provision only. Whenever deployment will create, only volume will be created. Is that clear? So for example, I have created 2 volumes, but I don't have any work. You should pay for volumes, right? The same thing, dynamic provision. You can create volume along the creation of deployment.ml. No need to create before. Static means before you should ready with your volume, then give the mount path of your deployment at stateful.ml. This is a static and dynamic. So, and one more drawback in this, under static, we have a 2 types again. So static again 2 parts. One is node path or additional volume path. You can say EBS volume, guys. EBS volume path. Or cloud volumes. Cloud volume path. Okay. And a dynamic, we can use here also cloud storage volume path. The difference of here and here, dynamic provision. Yeah. So first we can discuss static path. So node path or cloud storage volumes path. So let's talk about one deployment now. Okay. So let's go to my AML file, vi, any stateful set also no problem. Yeah. So MySQL I'm taking here, persistent storage also there. For example, okay, I will show you here. Otherwise, the different paths, volumes. So static cloud path, static host path, dynamic volume provision. If you go for static host path, okay, just leave it for, don't consider this, go for PV. So if you can see here, I'm taking this first. I will explain what is PV and all. Yeah. Okay. If you can see, my host path is on MNT data. Host path means what? The volume will be created on your host path. Your host path means what? Your host server, any one of the node. Is that clear? Any one of the node means kubectl get nodes. Okay. You can see the path, all nodes, same path. But in this case, we need to understand one thing. For example, node may down, Your volume loss, right? Definitely your volume, everything will be deleted, right? So the reason, see, this is the node. This is the node. Okay, I will show you here. Host path. So I have given some host path on the node. My host path is, so MND, this path. Just I have given. You can give any name, no problem. Now inside node, this is node. So inside pods are running. Okay. These pods are, you can understand MySQL pods. Store the data into host node, all the data, host path. So now, if this node will be deleted, definitely these pods will move to different node. Okay. Or maybe pods will be deleted. Okay. In this case, if you want to create one more pod, along with the existing data. So we don't have any reference here. There is a node also deleted. Your data also lost here. So this is node path. It's not a recommended. So we can see for additional volumes. Additional volume means which are not there inside your node. External volumes. In this case, elastic block storage, we already discussed, right? EBS volume. The EBS volume, we can give the provision for these pods for EBS volume. I mean, these pods will connect through EBS volume. Related any data, it will store into EBS volumes. Insert the records. Create the table. The information, everything stored into your EBS volumes only. Is that clear? For example, now, same. This is node. Two pods are running inside the node. Now you have given volume path not inside, outside. Okay. So now, okay, these pods are load the data into EBS volume. Now your node will be delayed also, no impact. The EBS are not inside of your node, it's outside of the node, it's a additional volume. Okay, this is additional volume. Is that clear? Yeah. So again, here also two approaches: static path, cloud storage volume path, cloud volume dynamic provision. I mean, both are same. Static path means you should create EBS first and give the EBS path into your pod. That is static approach. But before you should create EBS volume, right? If you use or not, you should create EBS volume before. But cloud volume dynamic provision. In this process, no need to create any EBS volume by you. The deployment at YAML will be created, the required EBS volume from their deployment at YAML. That is dynamic. Dynamic means whenever deployment will create, same time volume will be created. Whenever deployment will be deleted, same volume will be deleted if required. But it should not the default action. If deployment will be deleted, volume also will be no use, right? Same thing also is inside like a default action. So what we can do, we should not allow that path. Whenever the pod will be deleted, volume should extend. Okay. Yeah. So now here three concepts are there, guys. The three concepts are PV, persistence volume. Okay, PV nothing but persistence volume. And next is persistence volume climb. Persistence volume climb. Okay. Yeah. So guys, we need to understand what is host path and all. Okay. So if you can see, I can see deployment YAML. This is, you can leave it. Okay. If you can see my end, deployment YAML is there, pv.yaml is there, pvc.yaml is there. How we can understand first? Okay. Deployment YAML. If you can see in the deployment YAML, you just leave this the things. Okay, username, password. You just focus on this time is only volume mounts and volumes. Okay. Yeah. If you can see here, yeah, my volumes and volume mounts. Okay. My volumes is MySQL persistent storage name. So if you can see persistence volume climb. PVC, I'm talking about here PVC, not PV, right? But where is the PV here? So let's come now. Okay, I will copy paste from here better. Yeah. So this is what PVC, right? Okay, better. We'll take a new slide. May you confuse otherwise. Okay. Okay, guys. This is my PVC block. It's there in deployment YAML. Okay. So your focus always here only, this path only. I mean, just this block only. Okay. So this is what, guys? PVC, right? PVC. Sorry, deployment. In the deployment YAML file, one of the block volumes block. Okay. Yeah. Now, guys, let's go to now PV. Just copy it here and paste it. This is what? PV block. You will get clarity in 2 minutes. Just this is PV block. And next block is what? PVC block. This is PVC block. Okay. This is PV. This is PVC. So this is deployment. Okay. So finally, you need to deploy this MySQL. You need a volume. So I'm going to deploy MySQL pod. For that MySQL pod, volumes are mandatory. The reason database pods, volumes are mandatory. It's not a stateless applications to avoid it. It's a mandatory. So definitely I should create a volume. I should create a volume. Okay. So now you can try to understand. So this is PV block, guys. PV means persistence volume. Okay. So what I can understand from this, first we can create a PV block. Okay. So PV block. This PV block will give the provision to create a volume. Create a volume and give the provision. Create a volume only, sorry, create a volume. It creates a volume. Volume path. So my volume path is on node. Okay. So if you want to use this volume into your deployment.ml, first we should create PVC. PVC means climb the volume. You have created a volume, right? If you want to use that volume, before that you should create climb. That climb you can use into your deployment.ml. For example, you can create any volume. For example, you have just given the path of the volume, right? I'm going to climb that volume 5 GB, 2 GB, 3 GB. It's not unlimited, right? So you have given the provision. In that provision, by using climb, you need to define how much volume you are taking in the volume climb. For example, my PV storage, I have given 5 GB right here. Just example, I have created one PV where this PV will be created on where? Host path. 5 GB allocation done. Now your PVC, you should use this volume to create a PVC. I'm going to create a climb. I need to attach this climb to one deployment. One deployment is looking for 5 GB. So we cannot attach directly PV to your deployment. We should create a climb first. That climb you can define into your PVC. If you observe here, persistence volume climb. If you observe, see here. Understand? And if you observe here, why it is not moving? Okay, anyway, just leave it. It will go away. Okay, see, for example, if you directly create a PVC, sorry, directly create a PV, this PV we cannot pass here. We should create PVC from the PV. This PVC you can call into your deployment.ml. Otherwise, you can copy this PVC YAML, give three lines, and you can put into there also, no problem. Okay, so I'm calling my PVC climb name is what? MySQL PV climb. MySQL PV climb. I'm using this for my deployment.ml. Understand? I'm using this my deployment.ml. I'm using this PVC climb. Clear? But PVC not defined in PV. Yeah, we'll see that also. See here. MySQL PV persistence volume climb metadata MySQL PV. No, we should define actually. Yeah. Okay. See guys, here we need to understand one thing. So PV and PVC, how it will communicate. Okay. How it will communicate based on the first concept is access modes. Okay, I will show you. Wait. Access modes and capacity. Okay, they are not giving. Based on the size and access mode only, it will communicate. Yeah, see here. Okay, see, this is the correct answer. Okay, he's also same question asked, right? How PV/PVC will communicate here? If you can see here, I'm working on creating a persistence volume and persistence volume climb in Kubernetes. Both below configurations working fine, and I'm able to store the data in persistence volume storage path also. I created a persistence volume. First, he created a persistence volume on this path. Okay, the volume is 1 GB. And second, I have created persistence volume climb. In this case, my persistence volume, I'm just giving the 1 GB. But his question, like our, is that question? Yeah, Nagaraju question. Like Nagaraju question, same here also. So I haven't provided any connection between PV and PVs, how both can communicate. The answer is, as I said, based on the access mode, based on the storage only, it will. See the answer here. Here, there is no connection between persistence volume and persistence volume climb in above configuration file. How both are bound each other? Same question, right? Say in deployment.ml, we can point the name of persistence volume climb. So the pod PVC PV host may store is the location. Could anyone help me to understand how persistence volume climb bound each other? Same question. So what he's saying in the deployment.ml, I have given my PVC climb here name. So it will communicate. But how PVC and PVC will communicate? This is the question here, right? So based on the access mode and storage only, it will communicate. So let's go there again. See here. The binding between PV and PVC is decided by matching of capacity and access mode. Since you have a 1 GB and read write once both PV and PVC binding was successfully. Understand? For example, how the system will work here. Yeah. Based on the storage, first it will verify. Your PVC will verify as per the storage. Okay. Your storage is common. 5 GB, 5 GB. It will match the same storage and the same the path. And next, access modes. Read write once. Here also, read write once. Access mode. Okay. Both can match only, it can link. PV and PVC. That's what they are saying. If you have still doubt, say answer is correct. How PV PVC will communicate? For example, my deployment.ml, I have defined 20 GB in PVC. My PV only 1 GB. My PVC will not link with that PV. The storages are different. If there is any 20 GB storage is there, only it will communicate that PV. Understand? That is storage matching. Okay. Kubernetes will automatically bind the PVC to suitable PV. Okay. It's ensure here not giving correct process. Yeah, he is given here. Detailed steps and interactions. Okay. The PV is defined with the storage capacity and the access mode and storage location. Yes, we have given access mode, read write once, storage 5 GB and location mount host path. 3 have given, right? Define volume claim. The PVC is defined by user specifying the storage requirement is 5 GB and the access mode is read write once. The Kubernetes will automatically bind the PVC to suitable PV. The binding process ensures the PVC requirements are met by the PV attributes. Understand? The PV, if the PVC will take, if you can see here, my PVC requirement is what? Read write once. That is the access mode. Storage is 5 GB. It will search here, check here. Is there any volume are available? With that 5 GB read write once requirement, it will automatically bind on that PV. Is that clear now? Yeah. That PVC we can use for this deployment at ML. This is the process. Okay. So in this case, guys, first, which deployment I need to, which ML I need to create? PV, then PVC, then deployment. Is that clear, right? Yeah. I'm not creating two volumes. Creating physical volume is persistence volume. Climb is using that volume. I'm not creating two volumes, guys. Here, actual volume is PV. Why PVC? We cannot call PV directly deployment.ml. Why? The same volume we can use for other claims also, right? If your deployment delete means others may impact, right? You are using the claim. For example, my PV is 5 GB. I can use 1 GB also, right? In my PVC claim, I can use 1 GB also, 2 GB also, 3 GB. So I can use anyone. Yeah. This concept is little confused. Be careful. CD volumes. Okay, this is different one. Okay, let me create static, mkdir static. CD static. ls. Okay. vi pv dot yml. Okay. vi pv dot yml. So we can copy paste there our pv. Static host path. First, I'm going to create a PV. This will actually, this volume will allocate on the node. Then we can use the PVC to climb this volume to my deployment.ml. kubectl, apply -f, pv.ml. Oh my God, so many PVs are there in my head. See, 6 seconds, my PV is available now. It is available, not bound. When you can deployment use this volume, it is showing in the bound state. Now available means anyone can use this PV. I have created just static path. Now you can see here, my volume is now available, right? Until you create a deployment, this volume is still free. You have to use unnecessarily you are allocating the space, right? This is static path. Dynamic means whenever deployment is creating, only volume also will create. That is dynamic. Understand? Okay. To use this volume, first, what I need to create again? PVC. That PVC I can call in my deployment.yaml. Is that clear? Yeah. Now kubectl apply -f pvc.yaml. Now kubectl get PVC. So many PVCs are there. Which one I have created? Let's go and check the name. Hmm? Pending, huh? This one only now created? No, 6 seconds. This one. Okay. It's a bound on your PV now. Now, in any deployment can use this PVC, they can indirectly bound on the volume, PV volume. Understand? So my volume already bound on my PV. Now, whoever can access my volume, they can get the access to create my PV. Sorry, access my PV. Understand? Now, my deployment is ready to use this climb. This climb already bound on your PV, then we can use this volume in my form of deployment. This is my deployment.yaml. MySQL vi deploy.yaml. Paste kubectl apply -f deploy.yaml. ls kubectl get pods. So 7 seconds my pod is running. Okay. So kubectl describe pod MySQL. Copy, paste. So we can see here your path, volume sections. If we can go for the volume sections. So we can see here the volume sections. And also we can easily find out. Yeah, here. My climb name is MySQL PV climb. And also, so what I can do, you can easily connect your node, any one node also. We can see that path is created or not in the PV. Is that clear? Let's go to any one of the node. You can connect. Okay, I have connected one node, one of the node. Where should I check? Where? CD. Where is? No. No, actually, what is the path? I have given PV. Let's go to Kubernetes 9 AM, static host path. What is the path host? MNT data. Okay. MNT data. So I should go So where should I go in this to check the MNT data? So I'm here, right? This is the node, right? Yeah. So CD MNT, we can see no such file directory, sorry. ls c data. So CD data, this is the path binding, everything is going to see MySQL is here. Clear? Yeah, I'm not getting. Another deployment. Okay, another deployment means another different pod. You can create different volume. One more PVC. PVC different for each pod. You can create different PV also, no problem. Different PV, we can use the same PV, or you can use the same PVC, you can use the different PVC, whatever. So, but if the different application means we should create different PV. But that PV ensure you should give different storage volume, not 5 GB. Wasted. That's what static this is. So static, it will wastage of 4 GB. If you, I mean, wastage means you should pay per the GB. Okay. Definitely, if you create one RDS instance, RDS DB, you are choosing any one of the hard family, right? MFL or something, but you are not using, right? Always, definitely, there is a buffer space 50%, 40%. Is common for everywhere. But here only just GB is only wasting, right? If you create a cluster, just assume it. How much you need to pay for that? Dollars. Here no need to pay free of cost, right? Small projects, they can okay for this process. But some big projects, they are not okay with this process. I mean, DB on pod is not okay for that process. They are not taking any risk, DB on pod. The reason, if the data is bulk, right? The DB contains TBs of data, right? TBs of data, they are not go with these operations. Definitely they will go for RDS, the since they are providing multi-agent, multi-regions, read replica concepts and all, right? They will go for that process only. But stateless applications, they will go for Kubernetes process. I mean, your application stateless pod will communicate with RDS endpoint directly. Any node, there is no which node. Node, there is no node specific. I haven't given any node specific. Any one of the node, the volume will be created. All nodes. You can take all nodes, not any one of the one. All nodes. All nodes. All nodes 5 GBs. Hmm. In your case, only one node is there means. Then okay. For volume, you are not creating nodes, right? Yeah. Clear? See, if you can see, I have selected any one of the node. I haven't checked even where is the node is volume is created, right? Randomly I have picked. In mine, 5 nodes are there. Okay. Yeah. So I have given just my volume path is this path. So it will create any all nodes, the same volume path. We can use just volume. Okay. This is what static path. And for example, ls, sorry, I'm in the node, right? Let's come here. ls. So PVC deployment at YAML is there, right? For example, kubectl, sorry, vi pvc.yaml. Okay, kubectl. I'm going to delete ls. Okay, kubectl delete -f dot. So I have deleted pvc and deployment also. Okay, now pvc. If I give 50 GB. Will it work? Sorry. Will it work? Your PV is not there 50 GB. So it will not work. Understand? Let me create anyway. So kubectl apply -f pv.aml. Now kubectl get pv. 5 seconds available, right? Now kubectl apply pvc.aml. Now kubectl get pvc. Where is my pvc? 5 seconds still pending. The reason storage not matching with that pvc. Okay. To climb the pvc onto pv, storage should be matched and the read write one should be matched. Access mode 2 should be matched. ls, sorry, static ls, go to vi pvc.aml, insert again, they can change. Clear? Yeah, this is static path only. Okay, so what is dynamic approach? So dynamic approach a little different. One more AML will come in between. So one more AML will come, that is storage class.aml. Okay, in between PV, PVC, one more AML will come, that is storage class.aml. Yeah, let's go there. I think my end already created. Let's go there. CD, ls, CD, volumes, ls. Okay, so here PVC will be there, deployment.aml will be there, storage class.aml will be there. I mean, let's go there in depth. So this is storage class.aml. Now I'm creating volume in where? EBS. Okay. AWS EBS provisioner. Kubernetes.io AWS EBS. So in this case, go for pvc.aml again. Same, my PVC is taking the storage class. Based on the storage class, it is creating a PVC. This PVC I can call into my deployment.aml. Here, there is no concept of what? PV. Understand? Here, storage class is your PV. Okay. So let's go vi deployment.aml. Okay. See, I'm calling here MySQL persistent storage. In earlier case, I'm calling here what? This is name only. I'm calling here what? MySQL PVC. This PVC will call storage class.aml. Okay. Let's again explain the paint. You can understand. Same like. Okay. Let me copy paste from here the volume block of. As I said, this is little difficult volume section. You need to understand each and everything. Then it is very easy. Okay. This is what deployment.aml, right? Now what I need to paste. So here pvc.aml. Okay. And then go for storage class.yaml. Storage class YAML, it's only for EBS volume for like it work like a PV. Okay. Okay, guys. If you can see, this is for storage class. This is for PVC. This is for deployment.yaml. So in my deployment.yaml, so if you can see in my deployment.yaml, I'm calling what? This is name of the your deployment of the volume. If you can say climb name, persistence volume climb, I'm calling, right? It's coming from here. Understand? And my persistence volume climb is calling for storage class EBSSC. Understand? If you give different name here, it will not take. It is taking from here. I mean, first you should create a PV in the form of storage class. That storage class, it will create a PVC. From the PVC, the deployment will create. So here we need to understand one thing. Okay, let's try first whether it is created or not. So first, what we can understand, this storage class. Okay, this storage class means what? This is AWS EBS volume. I'm giving the provision. This AWS EBS volume provision, if I go to my instances, your cluster is running in Mumbai, right? So EBS volume also going to create in Mumbai region. Okay. Okay, we'll see on based on the time. Anyway, this is available. Let me delete. Okay. If you can see here, all volumes are in use. Okay, no volume will be free here. So we'll see here, is there any volume is created today on 20th timestamp? No volume will be created on the 20th timestamp, or 27 is only last. Okay. So now let's go to our deployment. Okay. Sudo su hyphen. So ls, the cd volumes. ls. Okay. kubectl apply hyphen f. First I'm applying storage class.yaml. Okay. Okay. kubectl get sc means storage class. PV means get PV. PVC means get PVC. Okay. Okay, this is already yesterday created, I think 11 hours before it's showing. Okay, let me delete otherwise. kubectl delete hyphen f sc.yaml. Now cubes will get sc. Okay, no EBSSC at this time. Now you can apply kubectl apply hyphen f created. Now kubectl get sc. Okay, so we need to understand here one thing. 7 seconds. EBSSC is provision. Is provision. Now you can go. 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 volume section, refresh here. Check the timestamp here. 24, 27, 23, 27 only. Again, refresh. Is there any volume created? No, right? Okay. Volume is not created. The reason, what is this? Wait for first consumer. Means what? Is there any consumer is there now? No consumer, right? So this volume binding mode, if you can go for my storage class, sorry, what is this? Volume binding mode is wait for first consumer. Or if you can give immediate, it will create immediate now. Even consumer will be there or not. This is the volume binding mode options, two types. One is immediate, one is for wait for first consumer. Wait for first consumer means if anyone use this volume only, it will create. Until and that it will not create. This is dynamic approach. Static approach, if you want to create static approach in EBS volume, you can give immediate, it will create now. Okay, storage class immediately will create EBS volume now. So reclaim policy, it should be delete or retain. Retain. If it is delete means volume also delete along with the pod, right? Okay, you can mention retain also, delete also. Just for understanding, I'm saying the types of what are the types we have here. Okay. Okay, now let's go here. kubectl, apply -f, pvc dot aml. Let me check in this path only there. Yeah. kubectl, apply -f, pvc dot aml. Okay. So now you can give kubectl, for example, get pvc. Okay. So still it is a pending. I think this one only 11 minutes. Oh, not this one. Okay, let me check the name. Otherwise, we can delete everything. pvc.aml. MySQL pvc. Check MySQL. This one. Sorry, this one. Okay. Yeah. So let me delete that one also. kubectl delete pvc hyphen MySQL pvc. Copy. Deleted. Now kubectl get pvc. So MySQL pvc, nothing will be there. Now you can apply kubectl apply -f pvc.aml. Created. Now kubectl get pvc. Yeah, this is correct now. 5 seconds, it is a pending now. Why it is pending? Waiting for the first consumer. No one is using this pvc, right? If you give the deployment at AML only, they can use this pvc. This pvc can bind on that storage, I mean, EBS volume. Now, deployment at AML also created, right? Now kubectl get pods. Which pod? 6 seconds container is creating. If volume is not mount, this MySQL DBs will not create. Definitely volume is required for MySQL DBs. Now MySQL is running, right? Okay. Let's go and verify in EBS volume is created or not. Oh my God. 28. Created, right? What is the space? 20 GB. So same I have given, right? Anyway, these are all sign out. Yeah. So let's go to my instance here. So let's again connect. This is dynamic approach. Okay, so ls cd volumes ls. So vi pvc.aml. So I have given 20 GB provision. That's what I'm getting, 20 GB. Clear? Here, if you can see in my 9 AM volumes, why there is no PVC here? When PVC will create along with the deployment YAML only, right? Until and that it is pending, right? So I just moved PVC into here only. Same thing, instead of writing PVC separately, you can write inside your deployment YAML. This is VPC volume client template directly. You can write here also, or you can create separately also. Okay. Okay, that's all for volumes and static approach. You just try with that. It's not at all important one. So there is a document also here. Same process, static cloud path, same process. What you need to do, this case PV, not storage class, not a dynamic approach, right? So here in the PV, what is this? Volume ID. First you should create a volume, right? There is no storage class to create a volume along with the deployment. You just manually create volume and take the volume ID and exchange here, create PV PVC and attach it. This is cloud static mode. 3 approaches. Okay. This is important one. So better to practice. This is very important one. We can use the volumes to capture the logs also, right? Not only for the whatever. Yes, whatever. If you want to create logs, what? Yeah, yeah. See, for logs, there is a separate process. Okay. That's what ELK stack. Elastic logs. So there is a separate server we can install for that to capture the logs if required. But by default, logs can store in where? In your insert template only. If it is deleted, logs also will be deleted until in that give the any path. Okay. And no, wait for 5 minutes. There is a, it's not at all completed. To achieve this process, first you need to install EBS driver in your local. EBS by default, Kubernetes will not talk to EBS. For that, we should install EBS driver. You should go this process. Only 2 steps. Kubernetes, I think 10:30 AM, did I upload or not? Is there any volume section? Okay, yet to update here, I think so. Sorry, I'm in Terraform. What is this? Yeah, here only. Yeah, if you can see volumes, there is a process document also. So you need to, after install Helm is required to install. I think you already installed Helm, right, in your cluster. If it is delete means again you need to install the Helm. The reason CBS driver we are installing by using Helm, like Grafana, Prometheus, how we install. So the first step is after create the cluster, we have to give EC to full access admin. That is for IAM role only. Leave it for. Step 2, install CSA driver in EKS cluster by using following steps. So after connect, execute the below command. So we have to run the Helm repo, add AWS EBS CSA driver and update the Helm and install the Helm. Install means this driver will install into your cluster. That's it. These 3 steps only you have to give. And after that, you will get one more error. The reason Your node will communicate to EBS volume, not your, don't confuse here. This is just helping instance, jump host instance. This is not accessing your EBS volume. Who can access? Nodes, these nodes. Okay. These nodes definitely required EBS permission. Still, if you are seeing any error, kubectl get PVC, still it is showing any pending. Kubectl describe PVC, it will clearly define permission required. That permission you can give EBS volume. Node IAM role, not this IAM role. It will not provision any EBS volume. Your node will provide the provision for EBS volume. Understand? I mean, if you want to show me that, let me go for EKS also. So this is test, right? Cluster. If you go for here, compute, node group is there, right? Click on the any node group. So we can see here, not here, nodes. Where is the role here? Details. Yeah, here. If you click on this role, the role automatically created on this name. When we create a EKS cluster, that role you can give EBS full access. That's it. Otherwise, it will not access. These two things prerequisite to achieve the dynamic volume provisioning. Is that clear? Okay. So tomorrow I will show you how to create the records in the pod itself. We can delete. Again, we can see the same pod along with the same records. Okay, that is for high availability concept. It will follow the, it will take the records from the volumes. We'll get the same records back. Okay. Existing container means container will be deleted right along with the pod. Container will delete right along with the pod. In the Docker volume, we have given all the provision, right? Same thing here also. Okay. We haven't much focus on the Docker volume since we are not deploying any application directly Docker container. We are deploying into pod. That's what we are focusing here more in the volumes. So guys, if you can see here, the topics, what I covered till now. So Minikube, EKS installation, worker node, services, ingress, scheduler, HPA pod, node HCA, RBAC is pending, rolling updates done, namespace done, RDS done, volumes done, stateful set yet to discuss few things, config map secret also. Tomorrow I will show one more time config map secrets, Grafana done, Helm charts done, Argo CD done, probes I will show you, Cube ADM, ELK, EFK stack, project and Grafana Prometheus. ELK, EFK stack, I will show you if required. Okay, don't worry. There is a big concept. Just deployments only, a number of YAML files. No need to go in the depth for you, but I will give the document. You can practice once you clear on the Kubernetes only. Otherwise, definitely is very difficult to understand. Once you clear, yes, I'm clear Kubernetes, then your next job is to deploy EFK stack. So I have tried 20 times. After that only it got success. So I just updated everything ELK stack also. This is working stack in my end. If you want to do, try after complete the Kubernetes only. You can easily understand the process. Okay, step by step process, everything, what you need to do from the scratch. Here, config map is there. First, we need to understand what is config map. Like that, after complete Kubernetes practice only, go to this EFK stack and ELK stack. Okay. Anyway, whatever you learn till now, that is more than enough for Kubernetes. No need to go more concepts. We learn many things, not for easy, no, not for basics. These are very important concepts, what we covered till now. Okay, at least in the, actually in a DevOps class, what they teach, worker nodes they teach, services they teach, only that's it. But we covered so many things here. We need to understand. If you practice these many things, you can understand at least you are good at Kubernetes 70%. Okay. That's all for today. So don't skip the classes. I think we have only left 2-3 classes only. So don't skip. These are very important classes. I will show you project also, right? As I said. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.